Moving on to our next topic, we're going to talk about finances in a household. When you make the household as one, what does that look like? How does that work? Let me play a little bit of context.
I see a lot of times where households are divided, where you've got, okay, well, I pay half the rent or half the bills, he pays half the bills, but you're supposed to be one.
Yes.
So why is everything split down the middle? And then, like you said, a lot of times that puts a strain on because one person makes more money than the other, but you're splitting the bills down the middle. But when you come together and you actually operate as a team, there's so much more that you can accomplish. Even like you said, the accountability. I will look at the account sometimes and I'm like, don't swipe that card at all today. You know, like seriously, like don't spend any money today. You know, like what is this? What is that? But it just helped us to really, really get to where we wanted to be financially because we were doing it together.
And this stuff might be old school, right? This might be old school, but it absolutely worked. And it absolutely worked for the generation before us, the example and things of that nature. So we can only just tell you from a place of success, not just financially success, just being on the same page. That's successful to me. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife understanding the assignment and executing every year, every month, every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking about broke too. Super broke. You know, not having money, but we know what the hell we got. It's not a secret. You know, nobody's arguing about money in our household. Even when we're flat at the bottom, we had to understand it. Hey, this is what we have until Friday. Don't take your ass up in there spending no money. You know what I mean?
Like, money management.
Yeah. As a couple, finances shouldn't be a secret. What are you guys' thoughts about the video and that topic?
So no, it shouldn't be a secret. You know, it should be pretty transparent because secrecy, you know, when you married or even in a serious committed relationship long term, secrets cause problems. You know, remember, oftentimes people say cheating, it's just like cheating. Like, what is cheating? Is it the act of what you're doing? Well, is it cheating if she got the girl for you and she hollered at her and she brought her home and then, you know, got her in bed? No, cheating is the conniving part. It's the gaslighting. It's the part. It's the sneakiness. It's the betrayal. And that's the same when it comes to finances. It's when you got mad money, ladies. When you stashing a little something over on the side and he don't know nothing about it, you know. And you doing this little extra stuff, bruh. You know, you buying these things and she don't know nothing. That part, it should, based on the question, as a couple, finances shouldn't be a secret. No, they should not. Based on what's in the video, on the other hand, is where I'll depart because I think that's a modern couple concern. I don't like the whole 50-50 thing. I don't see a lot of these finance issues that a lot of people are having will be alleviated if men took care of everything, in my personal opinion. If you just said, look, it's all on me and our lifestyle is going to be based on my income and whatever you bring in, we'll figure out what to do with that play money. But we living based on my income. I just had this talk in husband school before this show. If we do everything based on my income, and then if you want to work, you can, but your job will be a fuck you money job, meaning I don't have to work. I don't have to go do this. Then, you know, it alleviates a lot of stress off the woman. It makes the children learn better. They'll read better than an 8th grade reading level. You know, but when you got motherfuckers out there doing stuff because they have to, all because they want to live a certain lifestyle, that becomes problematic. So when you are in what she say when she first started the video, you know, I'm paying half the bill and you paying half the bill. Somebody makes a little bit more money than somebody else. That's a whole lot of problems that will be eliminated.
That's right.
Eliminated instantly, overnight. That problem becomes no longer a problem. If men stepped up, put the shoulders back, chest up, head up, and took care of the responsibilities on maintaining that household. And women live the lifestyle based on his income, which means, so you make $60,000, she makes $60,000, you together make $120,000. Now you guys went out and bought a house that you need to have $120,000, or he makes $60,000. Stop right there. Now live within $60,000. Fellas that make $60,000 do better. In the meantime, y'all make $60,000. Yeah, but what about her 60? That's play money for y'all. Go invest. Go buy some Bitcoin. That eliminates the conversation that they had over there. So I'm kind of like not really. I know I spoke a long time, but I'm not really of that mindset because I feel that men should take care of everything.
I agree with Shannon. Now I want to preface this, brothers. I know most of us don't make the money to be able to take care of a woman completely. I'm talking about yourself and the woman take care of all of the bills. Build. What Shannon is saying should be the idea, but y'all two have to grow into that. I watched so many times when I was managing money for some white boys, they didn't have the money in the beginning. They woman did. They met a woman that came from good stock. She invested to him X, Y, and Z before they had children. They had a 7 to 10 year plan, and then they build up where he was financially free. She quit her job, or he from that point on took care of everything. She became a soccer mom. We have to build to get to that. I don't want to start off because some of us, the panel was doing well for themselves, right? So I want to give you the reality of, I know most black men doesn't make more than $42,000 a year. That's what the numbers say. They don't make more than $42,000 a year. So ladies, it's only a few that makes enough to be able to take care of you and himself and paying all of the bills. Only a few. Only a few. It's not the majority. So that means more likely than none, you're going to meet a man that is not financially free yet. You have to build into that idea. But now I will preface this by saying this. All right. Be married. God damn it. All right. Get married. Don't be sitting there running around. If this ain't somebody that you had serious case that, ties, all of that boyfriend and girlfriend and all that. Nah, I'm off that bandwagon. Other people might disagree, but I'm off that bandwagon. Ain't no a year or two, this, that, and the third that y'all got. No, sir. I don't agree with none of that. Get married and build together. That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Yo, I didn't see nothing wrong with what Shannon said. Oh, Ricky, you go ahead, Ricky.
Oh, I was gonna say, according to the video, they shouldn't be a secret. You know what I'm saying? I think both people should be transparent with what money they bring in and also what they spending it on. Right? Now, my dynamic is I take care of all the bills. I take care of every single bill in this house. Every single and I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? I'm broke. Right? But what Shannon said is exactly right. My wife lives under the lifestyle that I can afford. Right? These are conversations that we had. This is stuff we had to work out, that we had to iron out. Right? But the reason why you need to know where each other's money goes, one, like he said, the secrecy sucks. Nobody wants that. And two, you want to be able to hold each other accountable when it comes to taking care and providing for a household. Right? I know X amount of dollars going to come out on this amount of day for this, right, for the house. Now, what she spent her money on, or her Montgomery Ward credit card, or hey, that's you. You see what I'm saying? Right?
That's that fuck you money.
Right. But as far as I didn't go out and buy no $300,000 house. We had 120.
Yes, right. Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I don't drive no $700 a month car. No. Right? But I also say this. When I want something, I'm going to get it. Right? If I got to work 3 jobs, I'm going to get it. Y'all number one job as a man is to provide and protect. Right? But as far as the video goes, as y'all a couple, you should know where the money goes so everyone can be held accountable. Right? My wife can't be, your credit card out of pocket. You out of pocket on that card. Because the truth is, as the man, If them doors, they come knocking on them doors, who gonna be responsible for it? That's all I got.
As a child, I worked 2 jobs, took care of my family. Family meaning wife and kids. Never in life, I'll say it again, never in life knew how much my wife made. Never in life. Never really cared. I didn't pay all the bills. I paid the majority of the bills. She just paid the light bill, gas bill, little stuff like that. And we ran it, you know, with not too many problems. But I did it because I wasn't afraid to work 2 jobs. Because as a young man, I was taught if you want to get out the hood, one job isn't going to cut it. Because I used to sell dope and get a job. And I was like, all right, I got 1 foot out. If I can get 2 jobs, I ain't got to come back, right? And there was one point I was just selling dope and going to school. Then my homeboys was like kingpin, like he was like a kingpin, one of them, and they wore all these Versace clothes and all this other stuff, and I felt bad when I hung out with them because I ain't making enough money. I didn't go sell dope with them. I went and got a second job, and I worked 2 jobs, and I still wasn't able to keep up with them. But at the end of the day, I made it a point to not always work 2 jobs, but if I needed to work 2 jobs to take care of my family, to provide for my family, I'm going to do that. So that was one of my secrets that maybe a lot of men don't know or realize. I always worked 2 jobs, and I'm happy to say I work no jobs now, and I just sit on my ass and make money. But at the end of the day, even what I do now, it's because it is in my blood to bust my ass at whatever it is I do without making no excuses. So when it comes to just a couple doing what they do, I'm never going to tell one married couple what to do and how to do it because it depends on their life. But of course, there should be no financial secrets. But if a woman is hiding money from you, that more or less means that she doesn't trust you. And that's a totally different conversation. But when it comes to just finances, hey, man, if you're a man, you got to get out there and work 2 jobs. You got to. So that's what I got.
I would say to answer the question, yes, as a couple, finances should not be a secret. The gentleman already explained why. So I would just say, for me, you know, I mean, I'm dating now, but when I was married, I was the one that took care of all the bills, right? My wife was a stay-at-home mom, and she homeschooled the kids, right? And we lived under our lifestyle. I worked 2 jobs. I was a teacher, and I was a professor, right? And there were times that I didn't get to see my family, but at the same time, I was able to provide for them because I also had an understanding of finances, which I think is also missed. Because certain people think that you have to make 6 figures in order to have a legitimate lifestyle, as far as taking trips or buying whatever it is that you want to buy. But it's a matter of having a budgeting skill set. So what we did was, I just shout out to my church. They pay for everybody to take a Dave Ramsey course. If you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, go look him up. And so we did the envelope thing where you put where your money. Everybody says, okay, this is the money that we have, and this is what we're going to do with the money each month. And you have a miscellaneous, you have grocery money, you have mortgage money, you have every section of what it is that you're going to be purchasing, and you talk about it as a unit so that everybody knows where the money is going. And if you overspend, you have that conversation. If you underspend, you have that conversation, right? It's about coming together and building is the goal. And that works with community. And the only way that can happen is to have a really good communication set, skill set, I would say. But yeah, at the end of the day, there should be no secrets at all, not just in finances. You should just be pretty open and honest with your significant other.
Hey, Humble Dad, you said you had two jobs. One is a professor and one is a teacher. Just give me the quick and dirty. What's the difference between the two?
Well, I was a middle school math teacher, and then I was an adjunct, for at the local community college. So I taught 6th through 8th grade during the day, and then at night I would go to the college and teach.
So you're saying that a professor is a teacher, but a teacher isn't always a professor?
Correct.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. I know really you was trying to get in there. What are your thoughts?
No, Ricky took my stuff. No, obviously, as a couple, finances shouldn't be a secret. I agree with let go. Like, I'm married now. Me and my girl been together for 6 years. We got married in February. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I have no idea what she makes. No idea. No idea. Right. And so what I did want to, because I don't want to add to what the brothers were saying, I don't want to take away from their points. I hear a lot of us talking about, 2 jobs. And shout out to Lego, shout out to Humble Dad, because I definitely had my season of that. I'm not doing that again. Right. And I'm not at let go level where I'm not working no job and I just get to sit down and, stun on YouTube and get my viral moments and talk slick, swallow spit, and put these unruly women in their place. I don't get paid to do all that yet, right? But what I do believe when you hear, Shan's stunt, I was member of this, member of that, I got my 7 brands. I got this, when you see him flex like that, you know what I'm saying? What you should be taking away from that is creating, this for the young and for the young ladies too that's listening, and maybe for some older heads, but create multiple streams of revenue. Multiple streams. You should have multiple streams of passive income. Multiple streams. I have created I have a portfolio. I have 2 portfolios, and I've long since gotten away from like checking them every day, right? Because I manage my own portfolio. One of them, but you should have that. And then look for other things. What are you passionate about? You know what I'm saying? How can you create or solve a problem? How can you create passive income from that? There's so many different ways to get bread out here. I just don't want people thinking, like in the age that we came up, that you have to work that hard. You do in terms of your work ethic and the quality of your work. But I don't want people, I don't want these young bloods out here working 3-4 jobs. I mean, if you got to get to it, get to it. But I really want you to focus on, because if I had known, man, listen, when I was a shorty, if I had known about a 401k, Shan, at 19, if I had known about a 401k, I'm out here buying shell toes, and because I wasn't into Jordans. That's what JR did. I wasn't into Jordans.
We would have known about, if we would have took that Roth IRA serious.
Man, listen, at that age, I tell at my job, I tell them shorties 18, 19, I tell them, I make them sit down and show them how to enroll. And my company just rolled out some savings plan where they can help contribute to it similarly to how they do a 401k. Oh no, you got to get in on this. You'll be way ahead of the game by the time you hit 30 or whatever, whichever path you choose to go down. So I just wanted to put a little paint where it ain't in that regard. That's all.
All right. Anybody else want to speak on it?
I was going to say, go ahead, Rio.
Nah, man, I just wanted to tip my hat to the couple. I see a lot of trust, good communication, good energy. It seems like they got a happy marriage, I can't say that their system is broken if it appears to be working, and I don't have enough information to dissect their lifestyle. So from what I see, salute, more power to them. And as far as keeping secrets, if you're going to be married to somebody, right? Shouldn't they be trustworthy? Shouldn't you be trustworthy? Shouldn't you be trusting in each other? Shouldn't you share? Shouldn't you communicate? I don't see any reason why to keep anything from each other. So as a couple, finances are included.
right? And information that should be shared. And if you have to question that, maybe you should question who you're with.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say one last thing. I was thinking, even as I'm dating now, like we got serious, right? In the beginning, it wasn't a lot of conversation about finances as far as like specific numbers. But as we began to be serious, I mean, we share our numbers with each other, even though they're not in the same bank account right now. But we talk about what she makes, what I make, what's the monthly budget, and coming together and trying to build even at this particular point in time. So I would ask the panel, when do you think that should be a conversation? Because at some point you're going to have to talk about finances, or do you wait till you're married? When is a good time?
I talked early, like with my little boo thing, man. We talked early.
Like what's early? Give me like a time stamp.
When we knew we were serious, let me see. Within the first 3 months. Within the first 3 months, when we knew, listen, so let me be clear, when people don't get it twisted. I knew off top. Again, I said the person that I'm with, I've been with for 6 years. We was talking about this the other day. How did we know? And we both were saying like we both knew early on. I just was dragging about us getting married because I wanted certain things in order. But that finance conversation, Humble Dad, and what it looked like for us was, who would be responsible for what. And it wasn't even more so the reason why I don't know what she makes. It's not an issue for me. It's not something I concern myself with. That's why. And it's not like pride or ego or nothing like that. I mean, like she definitely knows what I bring in, especially when I see increase. When I see increase, I share that with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we had that conversation early when we were dating. And I would say within the first 3 months, because we knew we were serious then. So similar to what you're saying. So, but I was going to piggyback off of what Rio was saying just really quick, because it hones in what Ricky says every week, man. Find somebody that rocks with you, get with that person and make it happen, Captain. Get with the person, because it ain't no cookie cutter answer. Somebody might say, nah, man, you can't do that in the first 3 months. Do it in 6 months. Oh, man, no. Wait till the first year. No, do it at this time. Do it. Man, nah. Get with somebody that rock with you and make it happen, Captain.
I like that. I think when you intent and dating with intentions just means courting, right? When you courting with someone, all those questions need to be asked. Let me tell you something. With me, I don't know if I can't even say this is a Muslim thing, even though I know a lot of Muslims operate this way. But even prior to me even studying Islam, I always had the mindset as like, no matter what happens in the relationship, if I'm the leader, everybody gonna look at me. It could be the woman could have been dead wrong. People going to automatically assume they can like, if y'all break up, what you done? So because I feel that weight, that burden, that I have to make sure everything is going right. I'm probably not in control of her finances, but I know what the hell is going on over there. I'm a need to know person. The root word of science means to know. I need to know everything that's going on in my marriage. Let's just make this perfectly clear. So, because at the end of the day, if something don't go right, I got to get to take the bulk of the blame of it if I'm quote unquote to be a leader. So I'm asking a lot of questions before I even go that far during the courting process. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I operate. I know I agree with Ricky when it comes to, and not maybe a lot of women or some women, because I never really had that issue. Never had a woman give me a pushback about it, but it might be women out there will give you pushback about it. That's cool. I'm gonna find somebody that rock with me. That's it. That's the way how I operate. If we ain't in harmony, then some people could be good, but just not good for you at the end of the day. So deuces.